You know, I mean, the whole drinking thing just started out as something to do after work, and then it, you know, like just about everybody else's story that has gone through this, it just kept escalating and escalating. Then I began doing deep research into various substances from Peru and Bolivia, and was distributing those substances among the journalistic community in Detroit. And I came up with this great idea one day. This is kind of a funny story. I went up to the city editor and I says, you know, there's a lot of middle class people and upper class people who are doing cocaine. And he goes, really? I says, yeah, you know, doctors, lawyers. I says, I think I can do a story on it. He says, what do you need? I says, you know, pretty good expense account. And cut me loose for a couple of weeks. So I go out and I just interviewed all my friends, you know. But, you know, and gave them anonymity in the story. And
Right.
at the end of all the research, I had all the human element. I said, well, I ought to get the police angle on this. So I decided to go on a raid with the head of the narcotics division of the Detroit Police Department, right? And so we go busting into this biker's house with the ram and the whole thing, and they tear apart this guy's house, and they cut open his couch, you know, with razor blades. They're looking for the dope, and it's just this huge, monstrous, like, raid scene, right?
Right.
Just like out of the movies. And Inspector Dwyer, who was the head of narcotics at the time, goes, all right, Cauffiel, come in here. Let me show you what we're looking for. And out of the cookie jar, he pulls like just 2 grams of coke.
Oh,
He
no.
says, this is what we're looking for. And I thought, shit, we could have gone to my house. We could have gone to my house and had a much better. You're gonna have to bleep that.
Yes.
So I think the engineer missed it.
I think the engineer is on a dump.
Well, I thought we could have gone to my house and had a much better raid, you know, because what I was holding at the time was way beyond.
So you really organized your whole life around drinking and using,
Right.
Like literally, almost. It sounds like every single thing you wrote. You know, you created stories.
But you know, here's what the interesting thing that happened. Excuse me, is that I got off any of the illegal substances,
Right.
and I thought that then my drinking would just like return to back to social level, and it didn't. And so there was a couple of more years of just, you know, solid alcohol, and then I just reached this point where, you know, I'm writing stories with front page bylines like busting people for, you know, unethical behavior and stuff like that, but living a double life at the same time. I thought, God, if anybody wrote a story on me, they'd just, you know, it would be a hell of a story.
Huh.
And I reached that I just didn't recognize myself anymore, and ended up going to one of the guys in the newsroom that was sober and said, you know, I need some help. But I never went through treatment. You know, I've done it all with, you know, support groups, and have been, you know, clean and sober ever since.
So you're one of those rare few that made a decision and stuck to it.
Close your